A well-dressed woman in her 60s pulls up to the gate of a military base on a crisp morning, driving a modest but well-maintained sedan. The sunlight catches the small gold cross hanging from her rearview mirror as she rolls down her window. A security guard approaches with purposeful strides, clipboard clutched firmly in hand, his young face already set in an expression of authority. The guard, appearing to be in his mid-twenties with an overly confident demeanor, leans toward her window with a knowing smirk plastered across his face. "Ma'am, this is a restricted military installation. You can't just park here and expect to hang around. Do you have legitimate business on this base?" The woman maintains her composure with the kind of dignity that comes from years of experience, speaking in a voice that carries both warmth and quiet strength. "Yes, I'm here to visit my son. He's stationed here at this base." The guard raises an eyebrow skeptically, already forming assumptions in his mind as he looks her up and down, taking in her simple dress and ordinary car. "Your son, huh? What's his name and rank? Because I need to verify this before I can let anyone through these gates." She straightens in her seat with unmistakable pride evident in her voice, the kind of pride that only a mother can possess when speaking about her child's accomplishments. "Major General Michael Thompson, 3rd Infantry Division. He's been stationed here for the past 2 years. The guard bursts into uncontrolled laughter, slapping his knee dramatically as if he's just heard the funniest joke of his entire career. "Ma'am, with all due respect, I think you might be a little confused about your son's actual rank. Maybe he's a private, or perhaps a sergeant at best. Those are more realistic expectations. Hey there folks, watching from around the world. Drop a comment and let me know where you're tuning in from, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more incredible stories like this one." The woman's eyes flash with quiet strength and unwavering conviction, her voice remaining steady despite the clear disrespect she's receiving. "I assure you, sir, I know my own son's rank perfectly well. He's been proudly serving his country for over 20 years, working his way up through dedication and sacrifice." The guard shakes his head vigorously, still chuckling as he shifts his weight from one foot to the other, clearly enjoying what he perceives as this woman's delusion. "Look, lady, I've been working this particular gate for 5 long years. I know every single high-ranking officer on this entire base. There's absolutely no way your son is a major general. Those guys don't just have regular moms showing up in regular cars like this. They have official escorts and black SUVs." She reaches into her worn leather purse with deliberate movements and pulls out her official military-dependent ID card, holding it up to the window for him to examine. "Here's my official identification. I'm registered as immediate family to Major General Thompson. Everything is properly documented and verified." The guard barely glances at the card before dismissively handing it back to her, waving his hand as if shooing away a persistent fly. "Ma'am, anyone can get fake IDs these days with the right connections and enough money. Why don't you call your son right now and have him personally come down here to verify this elaborate story of yours?" The woman pulls out her phone with steady, patient hands, her fingers moving with the confidence of someone who knows exactly what she's doing. "That's exactly what I'll do." She dials a familiar number and waits patiently as it rings. "Michael, it's Mom. I'm here at the front gate waiting for you, but there seems to be some confusion about who you are and what your position is." The guard continues to smirk condescendingly, clearly not taking her seriously as he crosses his arms over his chest. He taps his radio with obvious satisfaction. "Hey, this is Gate 3 reporting in. We've got quite a situation here." Woman claiming to be directly related to Major General Thompson himself. He pauses dramatically, listening to the response on the other end. "Yeah, I know, right? Pretty bold claim for someone who looks like she just came from the grocery store." The woman ends her call with quiet dignity and folds her hands peacefully in her lap, maintaining her composure despite the ongoing humiliation. "He'll be here in just a few minutes. I'm sure this will all be cleared up very soon." Long minutes tick by in increasingly awkward silence. The guard checks his watch repeatedly and rolls his eyes with growing impatience, clearly convinced this is all an elaborate waste of his valuable time. "Ma'am, maybe it's time to head on home and stop wasting everyone's time here. Your son probably got tied up with something much more important than dealing with this confusion." Just then, the distant sound of powerful engines grows steadily louder, echoing across the base like approaching thunder. A convoy of 3 gleaming black military vehicles approaches the gate at high speed, official flags flying proudly from the lead vehicle, creating an impressive and unmistakable display of military authority. The guard straightens up suddenly, his casual demeanor evaporating instantly as he realizes something significant is happening. The convoy pulls up with military precision and comes to a perfectly coordinated stop just yards away from the gate. The rear door of the middle vehicle opens with authority, and out steps a tall, imposing figure dressed in full military dress uniform, his chest decorated with an impressive array of ribbons, medals, and gleaming stars that catch the morning sunlight. Major General Michael Thompson surveys the entire scene before him with a commanding presence that comes only from years of military leadership and responsibility. The guard immediately snaps to rigid attention, his face draining of all color as he recognizes the unmistakable uniform and insignia of a high-ranking military officer. The general's piercing eyes find his mother's modest car in the parking area, and his entire commanding demeanor softens instantly into something warm and familial. He strides directly to her window with long, confident steps, his voice transforming completely as it fills with genuine warmth and unconditional love. "Mom, I'm so incredibly sorry you had to wait out here like this." He leans down through the open window and gives her a gentle, tender kiss on the forehead, a gesture that speaks volumes about their close relationship. The guard stammers desperately, his voice cracking as he tries frantically to salvage what has become an impossible situation. "Yes, sir, I was just following standard protocol exactly as I was trained. I had absolutely no way of knowing or confirming." The general turns slowly to face the guard directly, his voice remaining calm but carrying the unmistakable authority of command that has been earned through decades of military service. "Son, allow me to introduce you to Mrs. Dorothy Thompson, my beloved mother. She single-handedly raised me from a young boy in Detroit, worked 2 demanding jobs simultaneously to put me through college, and has been my biggest supporter and source of strength through every single promotion and deployment for the past 23 years of my military career." The guard's voice cracks noticeably as he speaks, his earlier confidence completely shattered and replaced by genuine remorse. "Sir, I sincerely and deeply apologize for my behavior. I didn't mean any disrespect whatsoever to you or your family." The general continues speaking, his tone remaining measured but firm, delivering a lesson that will not soon be forgotten. "My mother has been visiting this base regularly for over a decade. She knows more about proper military protocol than most civilians will ever learn in their entire lives. When someone presents proper official identification and speaks with clear knowledge about military ranks and divisions, perhaps it would be wise to listen carefully rather than make assumptions based on appearances." The guard stands at rigid attention, sweat beading visibly on his forehead despite the cool morning air, his entire body trembling slightly with the weight of his mistake. "Yes, sir, you're absolutely right, sir. I made a serious error in judgment that I deeply regret." The general's stern expression softens slightly as he looks back toward his mother with obvious affection and respect. "Mom, why don't you park in my personal reserved space right up front? I'll personally escort you to my office so we can spend some quality time together." She beams with unmistakable pride as she starts her engine, her face glowing with the satisfaction of a mother whose son has achieved greatness. "That sounds absolutely wonderful, sweetheart. I've been looking forward to this visit." As she drives slowly through the gate, the general addresses the guard one final time with the voice of a teacher delivering an important life lesson. "Son, I sincerely trust this experience has been educational for you. Every single person who comes to this gate deserves to be treated with complete dignity and respect, regardless of their appearance, the car they drive, or your personal assumptions about their background. My mother taught me that fundamental lesson long before the army ever did." The guard nods vigorously, his earlier confidence completely shattered and replaced by genuine understanding and remorse. "Yes, sir, completely understood, sir. I guarantee you it won't happen again." The general returns to his official vehicle and follows his mother into the base, leaving the guard standing alone in stunned silence at his post. He replays the entire encounter over and over in his mind, slowly realizing just how badly he misjudged the entire situation from the very beginning. The guard removes his cap with shaking hands and runs his fingers through his hair in disbelief. "I can't believe I just laughed directly at a major general's mother to her face." He shakes his head in complete disbelief, the full weight of his mistake finally sinking in. 23 years of dedicated military service, and I treated her like she was making the whole thing up. That woman has probably sacrificed more for this country and its military than I ever will in my entire career. As the impressive convoy disappears into the depths of the base, the guard returns to his post with a completely newfound respect for the profound lesson he's just learned the hard way. Sometimes the most extraordinary people in the world come in the most ordinary packages, and a mother's pride in her child's accomplishments should never, ever be questioned or dismissed without proper consideration. The story spreads like wildfire throughout the base within hours, becoming a powerful reminder to all personnel about the critical importance of treating every single visitor with complete respect and dignity, regardless of first impressions or personal assumptions. That's the incredible power of a mother's unconditional love and a son's unwavering honor, folks. If this touching story moved your heart in any way, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more incredible tales of respect, dignity, and the amazing unbreakable bonds between families. And remember to drop a comment letting me know where you're watching from around the world. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.